Alrighty, welcome back to our weekly Let's Play series. What is going on with my... That's... I got like... My cord is all... Welcome back to our weekly Let's Play series. Today we're starting a brand new Let's Play, and I tell you what, I am very excited for this one because we are starting Wild Arms. That's right, the original Wild Arms on PlayStation. Now, I have a fun history with this because I owned a demo of the original Wild Arms growing up, and I just loved the vibe of this game. The fact that it's a literal Western RPG, a Western RPG set in the West. I just loved that idea. I love the vibe of this game. The music just hits you right off the bat. It tells you exactly what the game is all about the second you start it. And I loved that demo, but I never played the full game itself. But I did play all of Wild Arms 3. I think it was 8 years ago on this show. We played through the entirety of Wild Arms 3. It was not an official Let's Play. It was for Trophy Quest. We did the PS4 port of Wild Arms 3, and we got the Platinum Trophy, which is crazy because you have to do that post-game 100-floor dungeon where 50 floors in, an enemy starts to spawn that can kick you out of the dungeon. It's like the most ridiculous post-game dungeon ever. But we did it. We got the Platinum. Wild Arms 3 turned into one of probably like top 20 RPGs for me. Just a really, really cool game. Really crazy, wild, like one of the wildest experiences you could ever have playing a game. I mean, it's got like a prawn magazine as a boss. It's got like literal goofy green giant head aliens coming down from UFOs. Like, it's one of the wildest games you could ever play, but the story itself is like pretty grounded for half the game, and then it just goes completely off the deep end. So I'm wondering if any of that happens in the original, or is the original just a Western RPG with this Western style and it stays relatively normal, and then maybe they just jump the shark in Wild Arms 3? Or was it always like that? Does it always start as a normal Western RPG and then get crazy? So we're going to find out. We're going to find out ourselves. We're going to play the original Wild Arms and see how crazy this one gets. And I'm telling you, as soon as you start this game and you hear the music, if you've never played Wild Arms before, it just grabs you immediately. It really does. It's awesome. So let's do it. Let's put it in. Let's not choke ourselves. All right. I think the intro is going to start here. There's like two intros. There's a video intro and then a regular intro. And I think we can watch both. I don't think either of them spoil. The video might. Not sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I don't know a ton about the development of Wild Arms. It was a big Sony game, only on Sony consoles, I believe. Just straight Sony Computer Entertainment America developed, I think. But the general gist that I always got from Wild Arms, and I don't know if this was like their actual mission statement or not, but for me, it always felt like the premise was, what if we took a JRPG and made it a literal Western RPG? So like, you know, it's a Western RPG, but literally in the West. and it has a JRPG kind of style, but it's like, because you have JRPGs, and then you have Western RPGs that are like that, don't really adopt the JRPG style, but do their own thing. This is taking the JRPG style, but making it literally in the West. So it's like, I don't know, it's cool. It's such a cool mix-up on the formula. Okay, so let's watch the other intro first. And then I have a few things I want to talk about. But let's watch this intro, because I think it plays pretty quickly here. And the West took that literally. So I looked it up because I didn't want this intro to spoil anything, because sometimes these old PS1 RPGs have intros that like spoil the whole game. I'm looking at you, Final Fantasy IX. Apparently this is like a prelude to what happens in the game, so it's okay to watch this. I'm exhausted. Can't we slow down? There's nothing we can do as long as we are in the dark about their intentions. Our duty as Federal Knights is to protect the king. Preposterous! I am the king now that my brother has fallen, with or without a crown. Yeah, this text is so fast. Huh? Then try to get out of here on your own. Stop that, Garrett. We are in the presence of the king. Bravo, Federal Knights, bravo! A surprise attack within the snowstorm. Maybe they're after Chief Coldbird. Maybe the demons are after the cocoon. The cocoon. It's a possibility. Do you think the cocoon is worth something, Ryan? What? They came to get my cocoon? No, Coldbird. Do not let them take it. They'll use it for no good. Did you just spit? Good. My cocoon is safe. Elmina, your leg. Now I'm holding you back. Me, the Sword Princess. Was the rest of your party? Yes. Well, what? Ryan. Dog. The knight with a single stroke. Nice to meet you. I am the demon Alazad, but the demon race is only a legend, and yet here I am right in front of you. I don't have much time, so let me get to the point. All right? Will you give me that thing you call a cocoon? Yes, yes. I'll do whatever you want. You can have anything. Just let me live. No, Your Majesty. You must not do that. He did it. I'm sorry. All I can give you in return is a painless death. You will have to live with it. You bastard! Garrett, Elmina, you must escape from Arctica Castle. Let everyone in Fogaya know what has happened here. Dang, our chief is... That bastard probably got the rest of the knights too. Hey, Garrett. You're a bigger coward than I thought. What? What are you saying? Me, a coward? Yes. You have no courage. You're probably thinking of a way to defeat them even now. Of course. No matter what it takes, I'll kill that thing. So you call throwing your life away courage. You will not be able to defeat them yet. I know it's hard to admit. What a terrible wound. It's not as bad as yours. I won't hear of it. You think that fighting an unbeatable enemy is courage? I don't agree with that. So what do you consider courage? Enough chattering. Let's go, Garrett. Oh man, that synth is like right out of Chrono Trigger. Huh? What are you doing, Almina? I can't get away with this wound. Open the door, Almina! You're the one who said wasting your life is not courage. Funny for me to say, but you gain nothing from war. But Garrett, I fight to protect something important to me. I won't gain anything, but I will not lose anything. Protecting something important is not a waste of life. Garrett, I don't want to lose you. Nor I you. Open the door, Almina. I'll fight with you. Open the door, Almina. You must tell the world what has happened here. Don't worry. I have no intention of dying here. I am the Sword Princess. The ribbon I wrapped around your arm was expensive. I can't die until I get that back. There you are. You are hard to find. You are the last humans left in the castle. Are you ready to die? Have courage. Deliver the Fenral Spirit to our friends. Run, Garrett. You can overcome anything. I promise I will return your ribbon. It's a dead end. There's no way out. You are noble and beautiful. Can't you see? My body is trembling with joy. Several years pass. How long is this intro? I thought for sure that was the end. Okay. It's several years pass and then the game starts. Okay, so a couple things. You'll probably notice the screen here is flickering a little bit. I did some testing. This is being played through a PS2, as we always do with these PS1 games, just for simplicity. It's being upscaled through an OSSC, and I tried, usually I set the OSSC to 30 FPS because these old PS1 RPGs tend to flicker at 60, but this game runs at 60, and I noticed that the game itself, like I jumped into the game for a second, and nothing else was flickering. It seemed like only the intro flickered. So I'm going to leave it at 60. If you guys notice any flickering, let me know. And then I'll switch it back to 30. But other than the title screen, it seemed like everything else was fine. So we're just going to leave it at 60 for now. And then you guys let me know if I need to switch it back to 30. I think that was it. PS2 being upscaled through SCART. Playing the original game, by the way. I think that this game does have a PS4 port, I believe. I don't know if it has trophies, but it does have a PS4 port, I think, like Wild Arms 3. But of course, for these official Let's Plays, we always play the original, or as close to the original as we can get. And at the start here, we get to pick from 3 characters. If I remember correctly, from the small amount that I did play this, I don't think it matters what you pick here. I think you play all 3. It's just which one do you want to play first. So I'll go with the Treasure Hunter. Now, listen, I'm like blown away by that intro because I remember this game having the type of music that we're about to hear when I select this. But like the range of the music in this game is crazy because the music we just heard was some absolutely stellar, like normal JRPG music, I would call it. Like I would expect that out of another JRPG. But now listen to the music in this section. This like blows me away every time I hear it. It's so good. The Temple of Memory. I hope you didn't pay much for this information. Hey, so you know about this place? Yeah, sure, it's a famous site. You wasted your money, there's nothing left here of any value. Shh, quiet, my instincts tell me this is it. I can't believe there would be anything left here. Can't believe. This is not the first time treasure hunters have come through here. We'll find nothing but junk. Okay, let's check it out anyway. Maybe we'll find clues for obtaining the power. Let's go then. Hey, Handpan, what is this? Hey, no, don't touch that. Let me do it. Let's see. Here. Are you the keeper of the memory? You must engrave the name. You're the brain. Do you have any ideas? I have no idea. Just as a test, I'll put in my name. I know, the bass is like so good. I don't know, it reminds me of like kind of SNES. Like I said, like Chrono Trigger, like the bass. It just has that same vibe. But then the instruments sound more clear of like an MP3, but Jack. No matches. I protect the memory intruder. I cast you to the bottom of the abyss. Jack Van Burris, master of the fast draw, dream chaser, the treasure hunter. His winged mouse companion, Handpan, is curious and knowledgeable, but also a little arrogant. With no regard to danger, the treasure hunters roam the ruins, seeking treasure and adventure. Jack seeks the ultimate power, surpassing any other in existence. He relentlessly searches. Is it a sword? Is it hidden in here? Once again, Jack will be challenging the ruins in search of the power. I'm going to turn the audio down a little bit. Yeah, so I feel like that intro tells you everything you need to know. Like, this game's got so much style. Style, humor. It really just grabs you right away. Dang, that was cool. Forget about exploring. Let's just get out of here. Okay. Now, I remember the menus being a bit odd in this one. Like, I remember I played the demo as a kid, and I owned that, like, this copy I had as a kid as well. I just never played all the way through it. But I remember playing this and thinking, like, the menus were kind of hard to get a hold of. And then I played 3, and it was like, oh, this is way better, you know? So I do remember the menus being a bit hard to get used to in this game. This, I think, is like, you can have just like an auto AI. You can have your characters fight on their own. Luck bad. I feel you, buddy. Relatable hero. Well, you can call it exposition dumping, but I feel like that's like the Western style, you know? Like the game is set like a Western movie, so a Western movie would always have kind of that intro with the character doing his thing and like a narrator narrating over top. So I think that's what they were going for, was like an opening of a Western movie. Now, whether or not the game does a bunch more exposition dumping the rest of the game, we'll find out. But okay, so the big thing with Wild Arms that is also very true for I've taken everything of value. Also true for Wild Arms 3 is that it's a mixture between a turn-based RPG and like I don't even know what, an adventure game, I guess, like Zelda kind of. There's a lot of interacting with the environment. It's not just like the environment isn't just a throughput to turn-based battles. There's a lot of, you get like abilities and stuff that you need to use to solve puzzles. There's a lot of interacting with the world, and also turn-based battles. Kind of like, I think maybe a somewhat similar example might be Breath of Fire, but maybe even more so than Breath of Fire. There's a lot of like interacting on the map. 69 HP, nice. So these menus are kind of weird because you have to hold the button down. Like this is our menu, but if I want to select something, I have to hold that direction. Also, it looks like you can switch equipment mid-fight, which is cool. I don't know what this does. Jack. Okay. Maybe that's like swapping characters? I'm not sure. Okay, and then in the attack screen we have Force, Psycho Crack, not sure what that is. Twak. I remember that sound effect. Tugela. Yeah, I don't know how much. You also get this running thing. This is like a staple of the Wild Arms series. I don't know how much puzzle solving there's going to be in this one, but if it's anything like Wild Arms 3, there will be a lot of puzzle solving. What even are these things? I kind of expected, like, you know, the classic. Rats. Oh, I got a counterattack. I'm expecting rats and, you know, dungeon monsters. These things are like creepy red face balloons. No way. How the heck am I supposed to get that treasure? I can help you get to those hard-to-reach places. Aim and push the tools button. If it's not too heavy, I'll fly over and pick it up. I'm a wind mouse after all. Speed and wit are my forte. Cowboy hat. The greatest equipment of all time. For a Western RPG. It should be like the ultimate. The ultimate armor is the cowboy hat. So yeah, the tools thing, like each character gets a different tool. And in Wild Arms 3, there was a lot of like switching characters to use their specific tools to solve puzzles. Jack, you're very slow. Now there's this force mechanic that's filling up as I fight, but these fights are kind of too... Oh, you know what it probably is? That acceleration ability probably takes force. That's probably what it is. These fights are too short to take advantage of that, though. I love just the feel of... You know, the battle starts and it's got the guitar riff, and then as soon as the battle's over, you get the build up again. Ouch, I'm gonna have to heal. Is there more down there? Ain't nobody got time for that. Already solving puzzles. Yeah, I gotta let the victory music play out too. So I bet you I can probably use this now. Yeah. It's just not gonna tell me what it does, but... Oh, wait. Aha! Hold triangle. Increase response speed. Okay. Force skill, innate skill, item defense, equip weapon armor, auto battle, change unit formation. Okay. It's got a little Shining Force. A little Shining Force vibe. Did we get a heal from going up a level? A little bit. Well, that didn't work. Thankfully hit right. So what is the point of these? Are they just in the way? Whoa, what is that? Pill bug. That thing did 18 damage. And it's time to heal. I see. Should I look at this stuff? Oh, lots of controller options. Motion view, quarter view, side view, front view. Screensaver. Return memory. Neutral fixed. Oh, is this like you don't have to hold it, maybe? Move the screen, nice. I can change icons? Wait, you can just draw your own wait. There's no shot. Like there's even like tools. Like you can move it up and down. You can flip it. Why is this so like there's way too much work put into this. It's no way. That's incredible. This is probably the back. Wait, you could like change every piece of the window? I like how there's like a color palette though you have to follow. I don't understand what this does. So is this... Wow. I mean, talk about customization. I thought Final Fantasy VII had it. Some great customization. Wait, I can't reset it? I thought that would reset it. Oh, there it goes. There, I fixed it. Bro, that's crazy. Ow. Excellent. I mean, is it not awesome then? I love that type of customization. I find it weird that games don't do that anymore. Like, you know, Final Fantasy VII had the menu color thing. Most RPGs we play for this series do not have any kind of customization like that. I think Final Fantasy VII like kind of sticks out as being one of the only ones. And the newer games like don't have anything like that almost ever. Which, I mean, the menus are more complicated, but still. Yeah, 6 had some too, more than 7 even. The music in this game just gets me going, man. Just makes you wanna play. Oh, Big Boney. All right, hit him with the smiley face. That's a great sound effect. 29 damage. I wonder if counterattacking is just a basic part of the game, because I don't think I have anything that causes me to counterattack. That was a TR wolf sound? TR. Tomb Raider. That had to have been on purpose. I mean, look at this dungeon. Like, that had to have been on purpose, right? Ouch, what are these spikes doing here? Gotta be a reference, right? I just love... Hello. I love the dungeon design. I feel like it makes some other RPGs look boring in comparison. All the traps and puzzles. Yeah, like I said, it's like an RPG mixed with Zelda. There's way more interacting with the maps, but then the combat is turn-based. So it's kind of a mix of the both. Oh good, I get 4% pry. The heck is pry? Strength, vitality, soar? Resistance, attack percent, defense percent, magic, pry. Wait, my luck is good now. When did it change? When did my luck change? Maybe it is parry, like counterattack percent, maybe? I don't know, I feel like I'm countering more than 6% of the time. The cowboy hat. Cowboy hat's giving me good luck. For sure. Whoa, I got a Arctic blade. If only there was some kind of document that would tell you. I was thinking about looking in the manual, since this is a PS1 RPG, and they gave zero instruction at the start, so they probably expected you to read the manual. How in the world do you operate these switches? I don't get it. With a rat. Well, this doesn't look like a regular ancient temple. Don't touch it. I touched it. It's an ew. I've never seen anything like this before. What? What's an ill? Long ago, an alien race lived here. Wow, which is already going into a daily. I thought it was like, is this going to be like Wild Arms 3, where it's totally normal for half the game and then goes off the deep end? Apparently, we're just already into aliens 2 seconds into the game. An advanced race who use technology laced with magic. These are the remnants of a race whose lives were in sync with the laws of nature. So is this an ill? No, this is a holographic image. This machine must be a data storage device. Okay, the mouse is an alien. There's no way he knows all this. The mouse is 100% an alien. Device of the ill. Information is left here to be retrieved later. This certainly is a temple of memory. Wait a minute. The Illu is speaking directly into my mind. Wow, with your thick skull? This certainly is advanced technology. Seek not Lolithia. She sleeps in her tomb. Lolithia's icy breath can only destroy. Seek not Lolithia in her tomb. The ill have departed. Seek not Lolithia, for she is bound in the land of light. She is the death wind, the heartbeat of annihilation, an absolute destructive power. So let's go check her out. I can't believe it. The absolute power. Hey, Handpan, you heard of him. You heard him. Where is this land of light? I'm not certain, but in an ancient tongue, aldehyde means light. Perhaps it's related. Do you want to go there? It's not that far from here. Okay. Aldehyde is a kingdom located to the southeast of here. Sounds safe. There is a price to pay when the power is attained. Free thyself from the past. But what awaits in the future? Does man seek strength because he believes that the power will light the darkened path to the future? He has no idea that the power he seeks is also binding his soul. Oh, innocent one, you can feel my mind in yours. Me? Are you calling me? It's dark in here. I can't see. Take my wishes to your heart, innocent one. Tell me your name. We will again be bound by the ancient contract. Who are you? I'm not the one you want. Hurry. Tell me your name. Once again, the world is being engulfed by darkness. Tell me your name. My name is Rachel. Cecilia. Also going Red Baron. Welcome in, my man. Thanks for being here. Girl. I could not read it like that. Girl, Cecilia. Let go of your ego. The power is in the book. Who are you? Cecilia. No, that's me. Cecilia, the innocent one. Cecilia. This is someone trying to wake her up. Yeah. Classic. The class is over. Huh? What happened? Aren't you turning 17 today? You need to work on not being so spaced out. Aren't you supposed to go back to Aldehyde when you turn 17? I worry about the future if our princess has mental problems. Gee, you guys are being really nice to me today. You're going back to Aldehyde soon, aren't you? You should say farewell to everyone. Yeah, I need to do that. Are you done yet? Stop procrastinating. Get going. Everyone will appreciate your visit. I gotta say, like, I know I said already that I love the vibe of this game, but even, like, graphically, this is a PS1 RPG. This came out, what does this say? 97? So, and you know, like, this is the cover, right? So you kind of look at this cover and you kind of think like maybe Final Fantasy VIII style. You do get a little bit of you can see the character here, but you know, like just looking at the stuff on the front and back, it kind of gives you like a Final Fantasy VIII, Final Fantasy VII vibe where maybe they're trying to go a bit more realistic, or you know, maybe they can't do realistic models yet, but you know, they're trying to get to like 3D in any way they can because that's what was popular. But not only does this game have the general idea of taking a JRPG and shoving it into like a Western setting and implementing like Western RPG stuff, but then you have the kind of the Western, I guess, tropes of like a Western movie where you have like the narrator speaking over and giving overarching story plot elements and introducing the characters like it does. But then the look of it is like unapologetically SNES. You know what I mean? They didn't try to do pre-rendered backgrounds or, you know, something that would make it look more realistic than it is. They just went full-blown like SNES, even down to like the soundtrack and the bass and the soundtrack and the synths that they used. It feels like they made an SNES game on PlayStation, and they went full into that. They didn't try to hide it with, you know, pre-rendered backgrounds or anything. So I like love that. I feel like it's maybe at the time, and I know Wild Arms didn't sell like super mega well, and maybe that's part of the reason why, is that there were just games that looked better at the time, and people were looking for graphics back then. Games like Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII, even like Legend of Legaia, you know, Legend of Dragoon, they like blew this away with the graphics from a, you know, just outside looking in. But playing it nowadays, you know, the thought of having an SNES game on PlayStation with the scope of a PlayStation game and the audio quality of a PlayStation game, but the visual look of an SNES game, I just love that. I mean, and it looks so good, and everything. The animations as well, you know, look incredible. Look more like a Zelda game. And the movement obviously is like that too, and inspired from that and the dungeon design. But man, it just feels like a melting pot. Just feels like a melting pot of so many great things. That the dungeon design and movement of a Zelda game, the look and sound of an SNES game, but then the sound quality and scope of a PlayStation game. And then, of course, the mixture of JRPG and Western RPG. I think that's a great way to classify this game. It's a melting pot during a very transitional period, you know. So well, you know, with Final Fantasy VII, really just any PS1 RPG, other than this one, obviously. It's hard unless you play like the Steam version of 7, where everything is touched up. If you don't play a touched up version and you try to upscale 7, it looks very bad. Like, you know, Death You Handsome in the chat. It looks bad. But if you play Final Fantasy VII on a CRT TV, it still looks fine. I mean, it's the pre-rendered backgrounds age so well. And the Steam version of Final Fantasy VII, 8, 9, they don't really do a lot to the backgrounds. There's mods where they use AI to upscale the backgrounds. The Steam versions don't even do that. I mean, they're basically just the OG backgrounds. And they take, like, Cloud's model, and they touch up Cloud's model and slap it onto the old backgrounds, and it looks great, you know, which really goes to show like how well those pre-rendered backgrounds age. Even games like Legend of Dragoon, which haven't really gotten any love, like the PS4 port of Legend of Dragoon is basically just a hard port of the game, still looks great, you know. So, but yeah, you try to upscale OG Final Fantasy VII on a PS1 and put it on an HD monitor, and half of Cloud's leg is like missing. It looks very bad. So, but then you have games like this that are just like, talk about timeless, you know. And during a transitional period in RPGs, it's surprising how timeless this feels. But I mean, it just looks and sounds fantastic. And this is, I'm upscaling this through an OSSC, like I said. It's going through SCART, so that makes it look a lot nicer. But this is on a 4K monitor, and it looks amazing. I mean, it looks like I'm playing an SNES on a CRT. I mean, it looks awesome. Nothing looks out of place. Nothing looks jagged. I mean, it looks awesome. I mean, it almost looks like an RPG Maker game. I mean, that's how good it looks. It's really wild. Cecilia, you're almost ready to leave the Abbey. Your life from here on is going to be a journey. You must be cautious. The teardrop crystal is very beautiful. It is supposed to have special powers hidden inside. Thank you, Amela. Are you done saying goodbye? Well, you were kind of a jerk to me anyway, so I don't really care. Lilla may talk a lot, but she also listens a lot. Okay. Thanks. Thanks for that information. Oh man, I love how smooth you can do these runs if you time them right. The blue crest, Geo, defense and creation, the power of earth. The red crest, Frey, attack and destruction, the power of fire. The white crest, Wing, change and prosperity, the power of wind. The black crest, Muse, adjustment and growth, the power of water. The black crest is the power of water? Ah, don't talk to me. I've got to memorize this stuff. Oh no, this is the second. We did Jack already. The forces of two elements create a spell. You combine the spell to a crest graph. Here, take my crest graph. This is my gift to you. Use this at the Magic Guild to create your own spells using what you've learned. That sounds dope. Spells are created by binding two elemental crests onto a crest graph. Wow, they weren't kidding. That really is it really is the basics. The entire book is one line. Cecilia, good timing. I know you'll help me out. I was sorting the books, but I ended up making a mess. I'm terrible at this. Anj, the magician, has a magic pocket watch. Please, Cecilia, get the watch from Anj and help me clean the library. The watch will reverse time and put all the books back on the shelves. Bro, it's like 8 books. Just put them back on the shelves. Let me change my title real quick. Here we go. Classic lazy wizards. The head chef, Jacques, has worked at the Abbey the longest. He must know a lot about the Abbey. Hi, Cecilia. The meal is not ready yet. It's not dinner time yet. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, it only transitions when you go like up and down the steps. Bless the one who lives for today. The light will purify you. Please stop by here anytime. I like that. I like bird crest up there. It's kind of neat. This is the Magic Guild. You can assemble simple magic. Try it. Yeah, you know, I'd actually like to give, for those of you wondering, including myself, I'd love to give a little backstory on Wild Arms, now that you've seen the general vibe of the game. I mean, the site can't be reached. So there's... So the original was made by Mediavision. Which made Gunner's Heaven and then the Wild Arms games. And pretty much nothing else. Published by Sony, developed by Mediavision. I think at some point, I mean, these were all just like straight PlayStation, so I think Sony kind of did the major lifting, but I don't know much else about Mediavision. Wanted to see who the... Michiko Naruke is the main composer. Seems like that's... This is the Wild Arms wiki, so it's only showing me Wild Arms information. Let's see if she worked on anything else. Super Smash Bros. Brawl, randomly. And Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And Euden Chronicle. And Armed Fantasia. And Valis 3. Nice. We played Valis. And Legion. Mostly Wild Arms. So anyways, there was You have Wild Arms 1, Wild Arms 2, Wild Arms 3. Wild Arms 1 and 2 were on PS1. Wild Arms 3 was on PS2, which I often forget. I always think it's a PS1 game. Then you had Wild Arms Alter Code F, which is an enhanced remake of this game, featuring an expanded script, additional story sequences, and a re-recorded soundtrack. I've never heard of this Alter Code F. Was this... It did release in North America in 2005. We might have to give that a shot at some point. And then Wild Arms 4 kind of jumped the shark a little bit, turned more into an action game. And that was on PS2. And then Wild Arms 5 was also on PS2. Also more of an action game. And then Wild Arms XF was its first handheld game, which was on PSP. So, you know, oof. And then there was a Wild Arms mobile game, which is shocking to me. Adobe Flash based. Then there was Wild Arms Million Memories, which is another Japanese only, I think, mobile game. Then there's a spiritual successor called Armed Fantasia, which was crowdfunded, and I think came out in 2000. Oh no, it's still not out yet. It's being crowdfunded still. Interesting. Then there was an anime. There was a manga, which I don't know how many books there were, but I think it's just maybe the one. Might just be the one manga. Then there was an anime called Wild Arms Twilight Venom, 22 episodes. And then there was an album for the soundtrack. So, you know, Wild Arms did actually really go the distance a little bit. Like I said, I don't think it ever sold, you know, insane, but it sold enough to keep Sony interested. And they even, to this day, like I said, there's still a port. There's a port of both games, I think, on PS4. Both Wild Arms and Wild Arms 3. I'm not sure about 2. Wild Arms 3 even got trophy support, so it is not in any ways a forgotten series, but never hit too much of the heights as some other RPGs. Mostly because, I mean, the games it was up against was kind of insane. I mean, the original release in 97, so the competition was unbelievable in 97. And in my opinion, just off the basis of the look of it, you go to the store and you see basically an SNES game on PS1, and then you see like Legend of Dragoon and Final Fantasy VII, and you know, it's you're not going to pick this. Like, if you're a kid in 97, good chance you're not picking this. I will go with black. Spell effect. Is this the only one I have? I'm confused. Can I pick any of these? This is kind of cool. So you can combine nullify magic, imprison, wind attack, water attack. Put water and wind together, you get thunder. I'm not sure why this icon is here. Powerful blast. I was able to pick that one. I can even name my spells. The customization is crazy. Oh, because I already had that one. That's why. That's what that icon meant. How's it going, Oriel? Thank you, Oat. For the gift of sub to Dark Lord. Thanks for being here, Dark Lord. In the current Abbey, the Guardians are the center of worship. I'm here to learn magic, not to worship the Guardians. Aren't you? Yeah, like I said, I think this game was, at the time, felt like it was a step back. But now playing it today, it's like, man, this is so cool having a SNES game basically on PlayStation with the scope and sound of a PS1 game. Like, this is kind of a dream for us that like these old RPGs. But at the time, it definitely must have felt like, oh, they didn't have the money to make it look as good as Final Fantasy, you know? Why are the statues in the courtyard facing away from each other? But I do genuinely think it was a choice. I don't think it was... I think it was... I mean, maybe it wasn't. But to me, it feels like... Even just the way the music sounds feels like they wanted this to feel like an SNES game. You've studied hard. You are a full magician. Dang right, I'm a fool. And I mean, even Wild Arms 3, if I remember correctly, Wild Arms 3 does not look super realistic on its fields. It looks better in the combat, but the fields are still classic 2D sprite-based, even though it's on PS2. I think. Kind of. I mean, it's 3D. It's this, but with 3D models. I mean, it's still the vibe of a top-down 2D RPG, but it's just the models are 3D. So yeah, I do feel like it was an artistic choice more than we have to make it look like an SNES game because we can't compete with Square. But it could have been both. Good timing. Please take a look. Did you just warp that into existence? This is a Guardian Stone. It responds to the power of the Guardians. According to my studies, the teardrop has some connection to them. Push the Tools button near the desk and use the teardrop. The Guardian Stone should respond. If you do this for me, I shall give you my pocket watch. Just as I thought, there's a definite reaction. Your teardrop crystal and the Guardians are linked in some way. The teardrop is the secret treasure of the Aldehyde family. That's why the stone glowed. This will help so much in furthering my research. You get on my pocket watch. It's very useful. By using the pocket watch, you can go back in time. You can reconstruct broken boxes and reset objects that are stuck in place. It may not always be effective, but its magic is worth repeating. Do I have to... Wait, I still have the Arctic Blade that I got from Jack. And all the healing berries. I'm not sure how to change my tool.